Hello everyone! This is Charles, isang lisensyadong broker ng real estate. Noong nakaraang taon, nag-avail kami ng estate tax amnesty para sa mga lupang nakapangalan pa sa aking lola na pumanaw noong 1993. Sa programang ito, binigyan ng pagkakataon ng mga tagapagmana na maayos ang hindi pa nababayarang estate tax sa 6% na buwis lamang, batay sa halaga ng net taxable estate, at walang dagdag na multa o parusa. As a real estate broker, matagal na rin akong nagpa-process ng iba't ibang real estate transactions. Case-to-case basis ang bawat transaction. Pero masasabi kong normal nang maging masalimuot ang proseso dahil maraming requirements na kailangang asikasuhin, lalo na kapag land titles ang involved at maraming parties ang kailangang pag-ugnayin. Anyway, short commercial lang. Nadaan na ba kayo sa unfinished bridge na ito papuntang Binmalay, Pangasinan? Napapaisip lang ko kung bakit hanggang ngayon ay hindi pa rin ito natatapos. Shout out po sa DPWH. Anyway, back to our story. Sa lahat ng nahawakan kong transactions, ito ang isa sa pinaka-challenging. Una sa lahat, hindi ko talaga ugali ang maghintay ng deadline bago magproseso ng mga dokumento. Hanggat maaari, inaasikaso ko agad ang mga requirements para maiwasan ang dagsa ng tao sa mga opisina, mahabang pila at dagdag na stress. Pero sa transaction na ito, wala akong choice kundi makipagsabayan sa napakaraming tao at mag-request ng ilang dokumento ng mabilisan due to circumstances on the part of the heirs. Nagkaroon din ng delay dahil may isang party na bigla na lang nagkaroon ng objection at tumangging pumirma sa extrajudicial settlement of estate kahit nagkaroon na ng meeting bago pa man ang signing at naipaliwanag na ng maayos ang buong proseso. Kesyo, baka raw siya makulong kung pipirma siya? Kung may objections o hindi pala sang-ayon sa proseso, sana ay naipahayag na yon sa simula pa lamang upang hindi na ito nasimulan. Ipinaliwanag naman sa lahat ng heirs na magiging bahagi sila ng proseso at na walang sino man ang pipilitin na lumahok. Ngunit kapag napagkasunduan ng ituloy ang proseso, mahalagang maging tuloy-tuloy na ito dahil may mga legal na requirements at deadlines na kailangang sundin. Our next stop was the Bureau of Internal Revenue. Ilang araw din ang ginugol namin sa BIR dahil sa sobrang haba ng pila at limitadong bilang ng mga examiners na nagre-review ng mga dokumento. Mula umaga hanggang gabi ang aming paghihintay. Bagamat nabigyan kami ng queue number, umabot na sa oras ng pagsasara ng opisina nang hindi pa rin kami natatawag. Dahil dito, kinailangan naming bumalik kinabukasan at pumila muli upang may pagpatuloy ang proseso. Thankfully, all our efforts paid off. We were able to complete the assessment and pay the estate tax just one day before the deadline. Matapos naming makuha ang certificate authorizing registration mula sa BIR, we immediately paid the transfer tax to avoid additional penalties or surcharges. Next came another major requirement. Since the properties are agricultural lands, we also had to secure a land transfer clearance from the Department of Agrarian Reform. Bukod sa additional requirements na kailangan kunin sa magkakalayong bayan ng Villasis, Urdaneta at Lingayen, some documents weren't immediately available, so we had to return several days later just to claim them. Just when we thought everything was moving forward, another unexpected challenge appeared. May isang party na naman who raised concerns and refused to sign the affidavits required by the DAR. I patiently explained the purpose and contents of the affidavits. Pero I also realized that once someone has already made up their mind, convincing them becomes extremely difficult. At one point, I was even accused of doing some kind of hocus pocus in favor of my father, despite the fact na tapos na silang mag-sign ng extrajudicial settlement of estate ngani, which clearly stated how the estate would be distributed among the heirs. The situation became emotionally exhausting. There was even a moment when my father, frustrated during a phone conversation with one of the parties, threw the cell phone I had given him, damaging it in the process. That was the moment I realized the transaction was slowly drifting away from its real purpose. The goal was never to argue. The goal was simply to transfer the titles properly and legally. So I decided to step back. I had already explained the process, answered questions, and guided everyone as much as I could. Ang role ko ay gabayan at tulungan silang matapos ng maayos ang proseso. Pero kung may party na ayaw nang ituloy, wala na rin akong magagawa. I honestly thought my participation had ended there. However, my father remained worried and continued communicating with everyone involved. Eventually, the remaining documents were signed. My father asked if I could help again. I couldn't say no kasi hindi naman kaya ng tatay ko ipagpatuloy ang proseso sa DIR. Mabagal na siyang makapick up dahil may edad na at baka ma-high blood pa siya. So I continued processing the remaining requirements with the DAR until we finally obtained the land transfer clearance. But the journey wasn't over yet. Our next challenge was the transfer of the land titles at the Registry of Deeds in Lingayen, Pangasinan. Around that time, the Registry of Deeds had just relocated to a new office. Naging limited ang pagtanggap nila ng mga transactions until October 29, 2025, when they resumed normal operations. Since I couldn't personally go, my sister assisted our father in submitting the documents noong October 30, 2025, while I provided detailed instructions and reminders. Bukod sa may ni-require uling affidavit, ang pinakamalaking naging problema ay ang mga errors sa technical descriptions at sa details ng registered owner. Sa Transaction Preview Notice o TPN, may disclaimer ang RD na kailangang ipaalam sa kanila sa loob ng 2 araw kung may mga kailangang iwasto, dahil kung hindi ay ituturing itong pagsang-ayon sa lahat ng impormasyong nakasaad sa TPN. 4 na errors ang aming na-identify sa TPN na na-encode ng RD. Nakakaalarma ito, lalo na kung ang mali ay nasa technical description ng property. Kapag hindi ito naitama bago ma-print ang bagong titulo, maaaring mas maging komplikado ang proseso ng correction. At sa ilang pagkakataon, maaaring mangailangan pa ng court order depende sa uri ng error. Kaya ang maipapayo ko ay suriing mabuti ang TPN at tiyaking lahat ng corrections ay maayos na na-encode sa sistema bago i-print ang bagong titulo. Makakatulong ito upang mapanatili ang accuracy at integridad ng mga nairehistrong titulo at maiwasan ang mas magastos at matagal na proseso ng pagwawasto sa hinaharap. The new titles were initially scheduled for release on December 19, 2025. However, a minor printing error caused another delay in the release of the new titles. Although the 4 errors we had previously identified were already corrected, the RD required an affidavit of name of spouse because they intended to reflect the names of the owner's spouses on the new titles. Unfortunately, the RD did not issue a new TPN for us to review how these additional details had been encoded into their system. As a result, a typographical error went unnoticed before the titles were printed. Since we were not given the opportunity to verify the updated entries, the error was beyond our control and ultimately caused the delay in the release of the titles. Nagkaroon pa ng isang aberya matapos kaming mabigyan ng maling impormasyon ng RD. Kinumpirma nila na for release na ang mga bagong titulo noong February 2, 2026. Gayunman, ng personal namin itong puntahan noong February 25, nalaman naming hindi pa pala naaayos ang mga kinakailangang corrections. Nakakadismaya ang ganitong sitwasyon dahil bukod sa maling impormasyon, nagdulot pa ito ng hindi kinakailangang pag-aaksaya ng oras, pagod at gastos. Sana ay mas maging maayos at mas professional ang koordinasyon at pagbibigay ng tamang status update upang maiwasan ang ganitong abala. Dahil sa mga nangyari, nag-file kami ng 2 reklamo sa Land Registration Authority Committee on Anti-Red Tape. Matapos ang ilang buwan, finally, on July 20, 2026, we successfully claimed the new land titles under the names of the rightful heirs. Naipasa na rin namin ang aplikasyon para sa mga bagong tax declarations. Sa ngayon, hinihintay na lamang namin ang kanilang release, na may processing time na humigit kumulang 21 working days. After months of preparation, long lines, unexpected delays, disagreements, follow-ups, and countless trips to different government offices, the estate settlement was finally completed. Looking back, this experience reminded me that real estate transactions are not only about documents and procedures. They're also about patience, communication, understanding, and perseverance. There will always be unexpected challenges along the way. But if you remain patient, stay focused on the goal, and continue moving forward one step at a time, you'll eventually reach the finish line. Fortunately, despite all the obstacles, the transaction was successfully completed. The new land titles have finally been released. Mission accomplished. Thank you so much for watching and see you on my next video. Kumakain ng tissue, oh.
Ma, huwag na kasi magtatapon ng tissue sa mga ganyan. Hindi nga siya, tatlong tissue pinakain.
Hindi mabubuto yung